Welcome back. Good morning to the AI Executive Morning Buzz. We're going to get straight into it. I'm here with Nick James and Jason Hess, and we're going to talk about all things vibe code. I mean, there's a ton going on. Vibe coding to marketing just being impacted recently in a big way. And so, Jason, I'm going to quickly go straight to you. Let's talk. You had an amazing post on LinkedIn. For those that don't follow Jason on LinkedIn, please do. There's a great article that you put together, and we have to talk about it. Over to you, sir.
Yes, yeah. So had a really awesome conversation on Friday with a person we met in a conference. We really didn't have a lot of time to talk in the conference, so we had a video call on Friday and just caught up and figuring out where we can come up with ideas. And we threw a bunch of things out there. And it was just an awesome conversation. And shout out to Brandon Lopez. Had a great conversation with him and some ways that we could partner. And so instead of the typical thing of like, okay, let's go bring in the rest of our team and we'll talk more about how we can do this, I took a completely different action. And I was able to take the meeting notes that was generated by our transcriber and just put it into ChatGPT and just say, provide me all of the different types of product offerings that we spoke about. And then I was able to have that list. And then I asked it within GenSpark, which is one of the best tools I've been using so far. It is a mixture of agents and it does all of your research, presentation, preparing for you. And I built out a business requirements document, put that into Replit, which is a coding tool. And I was having a working prototype based on what we were talking about. All we did was hand waving and, yeah, that'd be a great idea. That'd be a great idea. We had a working prototype in 30 minutes after the call.
Unreal.
And like this completely changes how you're able to interact and partner and potentially have a joint venture with another company, because you're able to rapidly prototype at ultra fast speed. So it's, changing how we're thinking. I was talking to a friend of mine last night about it, and he's like, I think you may have just killed the agile framework and all of these traditional software models, because you no longer need the 1 to 2 week sprints. If you can do it in 30 minutes, get a working prototype. It still has some gaps. And Nick, I'd love for you to talk about the gaps you're seeing with this. And, then we can talk about the difference between what I'm calling impulse coding versus vibe coding, because I think that's the New Yorker in me. Vibe is a little too slow.
There are definitely things that go wrong. I think it gives you this almost like I'm 5 beers in confidence with coding. That liquid confidence. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna ask her for her number. Kind of confidence with coding, and you feel like you have a new superpower. But it definitely gets things wrong. I think if you don't have a fundamental understanding of application architecture, IT, there is things you're going to trip over. A lot of these platforms like Cursor, V0, Bolt.new, Replit, Lovable, Data Button, the list goes on and on. There's a bunch of them. A lot of them are very, very developer focused and developer friendly. So these developers have a pre-existing baseline of knowledge that all of these applications make assumptions you're coming to the table with. So if you don't have those things, it's really hard to get something up and working. You may get a really sexy UI, but it's just like it doesn't actually fundamentally work. So initially it can be very fun, but you're still going to need that sort of like CEO, CTO pair to really bring something like this to life. Have somebody who's a full stack dev / software engineer. That combination, and another formal term outside of vibe coding is called pair programming. I think that's the more like academic term for this. But
well, that peer programming was more of like, you're bringing a junior person on, so the senior person would peer with him and they would give you advice. And so it's still in that kind of peer programming type of, your
not
peer now
pair.
is more of an agent
pair.
that's helping you.
No, pair, PAIR. Pair programming used to be peer programming. That was more of like a fellow, like a relationship.
Okay.
This is pair programming.
I see.
So
We'll put it in the
anyway,
comments.
Albert.
Let me ask you both something and Jason, you made me think of it, right? And I'm going to put it in the comments here. So I'm a big fan of Peter Thiel's 0 to 1, right? And then you got Eric Ries's Lean Startup, and we're very familiar, right? It's getting your MVP out there, right? You talked about it, Nick, agile framework. Has it just been turned on its head? I mean, we're doing a live event here soon on pitching your business. Jason, you're over here vibe coding, creating agents, and you can get it from 0 to 100 within 30 minutes when people are taking in past 6 months, 12 months.
6-7 months at a time.
Yeah. So for those, and I'll tell you all, you're mentioning those with the developer background, going into Lovable or GenSpark. Like many in the audience, I have no idea what the heck you guys were just talking about. So walk us through on the business case or the strategy case on, I have a great idea. I want to dish it out there. What can I use? And how does AI just turn 0 to 1 is outdated. The lean startup is outdated now. We should write a book, actually. What are your thoughts on that?
Threw that idea out last night of, that is, design thinking is now outdated. Like you used to go through a design thinking workshop for 5 days and you're putting all these stickies on the wall and it ends up with a great output. But now you can condense that cycle from 5 days down to minutes and be able to have a quality working prototype. And I think Nick was absolutely right. It currently struggles with many different things. Back-end databases, it does a very good UI. And so, but where we are today to where we're going to be in August, I think you'll be able to, Albert, with, non-technical,
No offense.
understanding. We'll be able to do this. I was kind of, trying to think through like, what does that look like? Or, what can we use as an analogy? And it's more of the democratization of influencers. The reason we have so many influencers, it became so easy. Anyone could edit any video on their phone, and you didn't have this camcorder that your father had taking home videos of you.
Right.
And like, you're just watching, from start to end. There's no cut ups. There's no, hitting just the high points. So I think that's kind of where coding is going. It's going to be so democratized that anyone, no matter what their background is, can be able to do that and make an impact.
And today at exactly 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be live streaming a build a business from scratch, just on the AI Executive. So please join. We got about 55 people attending right now. It's showing at least on LinkedIn. I don't know how much on YouTube, but come join. Watch the workflow. We have some surprises at the very end of it. I don't think we should ruin the surprise. But we're doing some, what is it? I'll tell you when we go off camera. Really great surprises, something to do with 0 to 1. But, I want to speak as, as the original sort of creator of the executive and the CEO of White Glove. Jason and I have been really putting our heads together to actually rebuild and re-envision what it means to be White Glove AI.
Are we going to talk VCAO or
maybe
should we unleash it, Jace? Should we unleash it?
I think so.
I think so.
I think we should.
We've got a site for people to know. So I think let's let Nick talk about what we've done, and I'll amplify this story.
Yeah. So Jason came to me. It feels like years ago, but
it was Thursday.
It was just Thursday. Okay. Jason's like, Nick, look, it's great. Like you took a old playbook, like the managed service playbook, you took the consulting playbook and you applied it forward to building a company that helps businesses adopt AI securely and responsibly. That's great. But how do we go a step further? And I was like, what are you talking about, Jason? Let's step further. We're pretty far along. He said, no. He's like, how do we get to a point where we reduce the amount of human time spent in this consulting practice, in the managed service practice? How do we really eat our own dog food and use the agents we have access to, right? To empower our customers to just move a whole lot faster and not have to wait on humans like you and I and the rest of the team. I said, well, I had a vision for having hybrid human consulting teams. I was like, did you do something? He said, yeah, I think I did something. So I'm gonna let Jason take it from here.
And I put the link in the comments there. I was pushing buttons. I know Sam's not in the background today, so I'm just pushing stuff. There it goes. Look at that. Boom.
Thank you.
VCIO.ai.
Awesome. Yeah. So as Nick said, I was, seeing the way the economy is going, seeing the, people and, companies are letting people go, and it's hard for them to be able to then justify consulting services on top of that. As we were starting to build out our VCIO practice, we had built some agents to be able to support that, to be able to help with project management, to help with the assessment and the fact finding and gathering of data to help companies build their AI strategy. So we've taken that even further, and with the assumption that we're going to build the first ever consulting platform that is all AI agents. And this will allow companies, because everyone is still struggling on how do I get started? 85%, based on the Gartner's current report, 85% of companies that start AI initiatives, those end up failing. And there's a multitude of reasons why they fail. Most of them go around, they didn't have a good framework set up. With our adoption management framework, we now have that framework for people to help guide them in the right direction. And we are designing and building a platform to allow companies to be able to get through that journey. Everyone knows, every CIO, every CEO knows that AI is going to change their business, but they don't know how and they don't know where to start. This is going to give them that springboard to where they can start and allow them to be able to really start making an impact in their AI journey.
What I love about it is it's like a single pane of glass. It's almost like someone gave you a map and it was immediately customized to your business, right? And the whole point of the AI AMF when I first thought it up was how do we unify the entire company against one common goal? It's always been a challenge, but I think that AI has presented such a huge shift in how we work that it will touch horizontally every single department. Okay. So the whole point of the AI AMF was to find a way to use simple language and simple graphics to unite even the most non-technical person with your most technical person. This platform that Jason has built is the digital manifestation of the AI adoption and management framework. It gives everybody a place to come and unite and collaborate in support of the common goal of tailored AI adoption for your business or for your government.
What I love about is it's for every industry, right? So, Jason, as I was doing my homework and looking at and reviewing what you've built and love the site, right? And we're just getting started. And that's just the site. When you look at the meat and potatoes, which eventually, for those out there that are interested, reach out because you're going to want to see what we're offering there. I mean, it's an entire ecosystem. And again, I'm excited because it's industry agnostic. Everyone's going to jump on here depending on there's lag times, right? Legal, by the way, we're going to have some lawyers that are leaning into AI later on in the podcast. Those are being recorded now. We have Steve Ayer from Signals AI, GetSignals.ai. He's going to be delivered, or his episode's going to be delivered tomorrow morning, which we're excited about. But again, they need it. We have Travis Zebro, another leader locally here in Texas in marketing, CEO of Momentify. They've had an outfit of GPTs, and I just see VCAO and our agents just totally enhancing his brand. And he's in the industrial space, which they need this more than ever. And we have others, like we had Paul Carney from Human Resources and Tech, You all were mentioning influencers. We had Liam Darmody jump on here, right? And can't wait for him to hear this Morning Buzz episode. He's a big follower. So this is really good. This is where I envision things going, Jason. You guys are building it, and it's freaking awesome. I'm excited because it's just shaking the cage, man. It's the next momentum launch.
It is definitely shaking the industry,
Yeah.
and when you can provide a much more effective platform than the traditional consulting services, where you have a managing partner, a few mid-level, and then you've got just this army of associates that are doing most of your work. Now you have analysts there. You can communicate with those agents and be able to really help you in your journey. We're designing it so that it's a lot of collaboration and able to be available 24/7 to answer your question. You have questions of where in sales that you can implement this. It can give you guidance and help guide you along your journey and identify those use cases for you.
Because it understands your organization very deeply. Because the
Right.
onboarding process that Jason's designed is so involved. It includes discovery calls. So imagine me going on there as a new business and I say, all right, well, it goes through sort of a questionnaire like, why are you looking to adopt AI? What's bringing you to this? You've already given it your website, so it's already done full deep research on your entire business, how you make money, and then perhaps you give it maybe an organizational chart. You give it some documentation. Maybe you're a publicly traded company, goes out and researches all of your quarterly earnings reports, right? It looks up any publicly available financials, right? So now it has a full comprehensive understanding of your company. And now it's starting to learn and adapt to how you do business before AI. And then there is a portion of it during discovery. Discovery is a normal consulting stage, right? Where a bunch of consultants go out and interview leaders in the organizations or stakeholders that are involved in that project. Our AI agents are going to be doing that, right? They're going to be coordinating with you over email, clicking on your Calendly link or your booking link, right? Scheduling calls with you, and they're going to come on the phone. Initially, they're going to be voice only, but we do have access to avatar technology, but we just don't believe it's there right now. But I would imagine the next 6 months, we're going to have full-on avatars that look like myself, Jason, or you even, Albert, interviewing people.
Yeah, the avatars are
That's
great
weird.
for a conversation, but not for tracking what is going on in the conversation. I think that's where it's currently missing.
Turn taking is hard.
So I think there is a possibility, but yes, our voice capabilities are already there. We've already proven it with some of our implementations that we've done. So we know that we can do that through a voice call.
Hey, and I just joined the wait list. Can't believe you guys didn't ask me to do that before. I just joined. That was
You
so
don't have
easy.
to.
I know. I just wanted to try it out, and it was super easy. I mean, you put it, you go in there. I'm talking about my business. I'm talking about how large the business is, and then my AI pain points. And I love the drop down menus because I'm like, shoot, I need to think about this, but it gives me options on there. I'm like, oh, that's exactly where I'm at, and where there's budget constraints or just learning or whatever. So that was super easy. Nice.
Yep.
I like it. Hey, so thoughts, just switching gears for a second. I know we have our media AI going too. There's a lot of buzz around that. Can't wait to show up to the Dallas meetup because there's a ton of people that want to chat with us about that too. But I'm seeing news articles recently, like Bloomberg and some others. They're trying to use AI for like AI summaries and putting that in the editorials. And I think these media brands, these digital media brands, and obviously those that are newspapers are looking to move here, but also use AI. Thoughts on that? I mean, how does that? I mean, we do a little bit of that with our agents, right, Jason? But creating, not searching for and cutting it up, but actually creating this like AI agent journalism is kind of interesting.
I don't know how industry or how society is going to take that.
Right.
And I think that's why podcasts have really taken off. And I know, there's a lot of people that love the Notebook LM where it sounds like a podcast, but it's not, it's a scripted conversation with two agents.
Right.
I think you're going to see more of the podcast type of conversations of where people get their news, that, the traditional methods are just no longer serving, and you don't know what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm. I speaking of Notebook LM, I don't know if anyone knows this out there, and actually reach out to both of you and Encore. Hey, I need to scrub this YouTube video. For some reason, Chat, Grok, none of them were doing it for me, and I don't know what YouTube's done recently to prevent that. But then I use, and you all let me know about this Notebook LM. Never used it before. I'm like, let me just throw it in, and you actually upload the YouTube link, and then within milliseconds it had everything coming out. I was doing something for a client, and I just wanted to show, hey, let's break down all your podcasts that you've been on and all these media outlets that you've been on. And I was trying to figure out a way to do it quickly. She kind of had a time crunch. You all saved the day. I mean, that's pretty cool, this Notebook LM. But to your point, for like a podcast scripting, not quite there yet. Nick, any
There
thoughts
is a
on
common owner there, right?
that? Yeah,
Google owns YouTube and
right.
Google owns Notebook.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all built off of the Gemini. And because I think we spoke about it last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, Gemini has a huge context window, so it can take in videos and be able to
Mhm.
listen to and transcribe videos. So that is a service they handle right out of the box. So yeah,
I'm telling you,
Google.
I'm never watching a full video again on the how tos. I'm not the handiest, so I have to go to YouTube. Even when I'm tying my tie, don't tell anyone. Is this still live? When I'm tying my tie, I still go to YouTube. I can't figure it out by myself. Well, I guess I can't use the Google LM Notebook LM for that, but other stuff like stuff around the house, I don't want to watch the whole video. Just tell me the step by
Give me
step.
the
That's all.
summary.
Give
Tell
me
me
the
what I need to buy.
like, let's get through all the noise and the ads. That's good. What else is going on out there? I know we're coming up on time.
I really want to encourage people to join later today. It's just
Yeah.
in a few hours at 11:30 Central Standard. I'm just gonna be giving away free basically information on how to do this on your own. This is not. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, it went away.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. This is not something that should be held to secret. We're going to be unveiling a new platform outside of VCIO. I'm very excited about. It's once again the reshaping of white glove AI and our purpose in this world. But we're going to be revealing the entire methodology on how to go from idea to a fully built business, right? At least the foundations of the business are built. I'm going to be generating the logo from scratch. I'm going to be generating the business
Awesome.
plan from scratch, the pitch deck from scratch. And then I'm going to be designing the landing page and a part of the application all from scratch. And I'm going to do it under probably 45 minutes. I'm going to leave some time in there for some comments and questions. So I encourage folks to join later today. Just go to the AI Executive either on YouTube or on LinkedIn and look for Building a Business from Scratch event and sign up. It's completely free.
I'm gonna throw
And
the
this
link.
isn't the first time Nick has done this. This is something we did for the SMU Business School.
Yep.
It was about 30 days ago.
Yeah.
And it really just opened their eyes. And they've been partnering with us with rolling out a business plan for one of our other products. So it's been a great engagement. And so this is just going to be the same things that you're learning in SMU Business School. We're going to give away to you for in 45 minutes worth of time.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, and I'm sure that the students were just blown away.
They were, yeah.
Getting some good feedback. I put the link to this in the
Thank
comments
you.
there, Nick. Yeah, that way those that are watching right now or watch it a little bit later. I know some are still asleep, but will wake up here soon and always want their dose of the AI Executive Morning Buzz. So we put it in the comments there. So feel free to jump on there, and then I'll be there as well. I can't wait to watch, Nick. It's good.
Yeah, the fun part about SMU is the teacher at the end of the class. He's like, all right, a little surprise. I'm gonna require a group from my class, which
Capstone.
it wasn't like, yeah, it was capstone. It wasn't, and it wasn't hard of a requirement. So because groups were raising their hand, they're like, oh, we want to be a part of it.
Want to be all over it.
So they gave us a group of 4 or 5 students. Jason, you want to talk a little bit about their
Yeah,
experience?
they've been. I've been meeting with them every week, and we've been going through of a complete product release, and they've been helping with that design and pitch deck and how to sell that, what your sales and marketing looks like, and
So
and
legit.
being able to build that whole process out utilizing AI for an idea that was brought up and created within minutes.
It's amazing. Hey, man, the Wharton MBA AI has nothing on that. We're carving the way first. I love that.
Yeah.
That's
So very
good.
excited today. We picked up. We had a bunch of submissions for business ideas, and we ended up picking an idea from a guy named Steve Kazan. He runs the Onion AI,
Mhm.
and his goal with his business is to help accelerate the due diligence of businesses for private equity. So that's what I'm going to be building today.
So good. You know what? I'll share it with. I was at a recent event called Deal Max in Vegas, and we're still chattering. There's a bunch of private equity and wealth management advisors that are just
Yeah.
chattering because there's so much buzz. I'm gonna forward them this link so that they need to jump on. As many people that can watch, they need to see what AI agents, agentic workflows are capable of doing today. I'm still having conversations. That's the future. We'll never see that for like 5 years. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I get to see this every day. I'm so privileged and thankful that I get to see this every day. It's now, and I can't wait for people to see this later on. It's good.
Yeah. So very excited about that, and then yeah, we'll be pushing the VCIO once again. Just sign ups to join the wait list at the end of that. But very excited to reveal this other application that we've built that is obviously very in keeping with helping people bring ideas to life at a pace that's never been achievable before.
Love it. Good stuff. Jace, anything else before we close it down and prep for later?
I think, I'm looking forward to Nick's conversation. Thursday, I'll be in Irving for the Tech Titans conversation. We're going to be talking about AI agents and, how to start considering that, how you're going to build your agents, how you need to think about where you put humans in the loop as you start building agents, because you want to make sure that you are doing your due diligence in designing that. And then we'll probably also talk a little bit more and show maybe some examples of what we're doing with the VCIO platform and I believe we've got 20 different agents that we plan to roll out in that platform.
Yeah, we'll be mobile, right? So you're Tech Titans and Irving. Where are we at? Tag,
Tag
Nick?
ITM,
Yeah,
yeah. San Antonio, all 3 of us. You're
next
gonna get
week.
all 3 of us in the same physical geographic location,
Are
which
we
is
getting
just
some golfing in, or what are we doing there?
I don't
Can't be
know.
all just AI. We got to get some golfing and
But maybe.
some
But
beer.
next
Some
week,
beer.
San Antonio, we're going to be at the Texas Association for Government IT
Excellent.
Managers. It's a annual conference where all of the CIOs from every city come together at the La Cantera in San Antonio, and they talk all about technologies, emerging technologies. So we're going to be down there. We're going to be roaming the halls.
Love it.
We're going to
Is
be.
Melissa coming? Melissa
Melissa's
Kraft?
not. Melissa's going
Oh,
to a different event. Yeah, Melissa's
well,
going to.
for all you out there, she's episode 2 of season 2, the AI Executive Podcast. She was outstanding. I'm just gonna share that video while I'm there at Tag. Like, I know she's not here. She's here in spirit. Watch the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
so very
great.
excited for next week.
So good. All right. Well, thanks, Nick. Thank you, Jason. So good. So much value and a lot to think about, and more to come later on today. Links in the comments there for Build a Business from Scratch using AI with Nick James and the team at White Glove. Thank you all for joining in. And as we always say, stay curious, stay innovative, challenge the status quo. I love it. We're shaking the cage. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Well, this afternoon, but also tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. as always for the AI Executive Morning Buzz.